You've hired an estate planning lawyer to prepare your estate plan for you. Congratulations, it's a great decision. Now, how does this process work? Well, typically what you do is you've met with the lawyer, you have expressed what your goals are, and the lawyer has given you an idea of what that strategy is. And then the lawyer tells you, and we will send you your draft estate planning documents for review. Take the time to review those documents, because even though you don't have to understand each and every word of the document, and when we at ELG Estate Planning send out our documents, they can be quite lengthy, 15 pages for a durable power of attorney, a similar length for a will, etc. And if it's a revocable living trust or another document, it could be quite lengthy, much longer than that. So what I tell the clients is, don't feel like you had to graduate from law school in order to get a benefit from reviewing them. There's a lot of legal language in there that it is not necessary for you to understand. What is necessary is for you to review the document, see that it spells your name right, those other people that you reference in your document, their name is spelled correctly, and that you can follow what it says in terms of, for example, if it's a will, who gets what? Where does your estate go when you pass? I mean, what does the document say? Does it say, on my death, everything goes to my spouse, everything goes to a trust for my spouse, and if my spouse doesn't survive, then everything goes to the children, 3 children per stirpes. You might want to stop there and say to the lawyer, if they haven't already explained, what does per stirpes mean? What that means is if one of your children doesn't survive, their 1/3 share then would go down to their children and be divided. So usually the lawyer explains some of these key terms like that during the legal strategy meeting, because that's where you came up with what the plan would be, you and the lawyer together. What I would want to impart upon you is that, yes, review the documents, but don't get bogged down. Don't feel like you must understand every single line. Now, lots of times the clients will say, I'd like another meeting to go over the documents with you before I sign. And sometimes that meeting can be by phone or in person. And sometimes people are perfectly comfortable with reviewing the documents and say, okay, I've reviewed them, everything looks good, or here's a change here or there, lawyer, please make that change. And then the next step in the process is for you to sign your estate planning documents. If you delay this process, take a lot of time in reviewing, don't get back to the lawyer, that's really not a good thing. The reason for that is until your documents are signed, they have no effect. You don't have the protections, or your goals are not being met if you're just holding on to draft documents. So don't take a long time in the process. What do I mean by that? Usually it should take no more than 2 weeks or so for you to review your documents. It can take less than that. Couple other things that I wanted to say about your new documents. It's kind of related, but when you get new estate planning documents, either you or your attorney should destroy your old documents because they've been replaced. And we don't want old documents in existence any longer, because they'll just add confusion. So you have new documents. Once you've signed them, the lawyer often will put them in a really nice notebook, or maybe they won't. Keep all of those documents in a safe place, because those are your estate planning documents. Those are the documents that protect you and meet your goals and say where your estate will go on your passing.